Hello, Happy New Year. Today is the 17th of January 2024. I'm a little bit late with my video, so I do apologize, but I hope you've had a good festive season and embracing the new year and what it's going to bring for you. So I'm just going to quickly run through the big events that are happening in the skies for 2024 for all ascendants. Clearly, Saturn is going to be in Aquarius for the remainder of the year. So we know that when Saturn is a malefic. In Aquarius, it's not as because I think Saturn in Capricorn is quite harsh, and so we all kind of felt that during the between 2020 and 2024. January 2024, 2023, when he came out of Capricorn. That what it was, obviously, if you have it in your chart, which I do, we can be very hard on ourselves. We can really because also Capricorn is the sign that we feel as though we have to always elevate, always work harder, get up the ladder of career, because it's natural 10th house of the zodiac, etc. So it is a little bit difficult in that sense, because and also we know that the governments were quite kind of there were the lockdowns and all the other things that happened between 2020 and 2023 were really evident. But also what it does, it shakes up the governments too, because also it's a malefic and it's naturally going into the sign, because you can read everybody's chart from Aries, and Aries is a natural zodiac. So we know that a lot of things during that time were shaken up with Saturn. And Saturn, obviously, what it does, it travels through the three nakshatras, 2 or 3 depending on the sign. And what it does during that time, when it goes back, it retrogrades, it really shakes things up. And so it becomes a period of reflection. And so we have seen a lot of changes in the world. So at the same time now, being that it's going to be like another whole year of Saturn being in Aquarius, we know that things are going to be shaken up in all the organizations. 11th house is big companies, banks, health, commerce, essential, it's anything to do with the economy, etc. So all of those things are going to have a massive shake-up during this period while Saturn is there, and it's going to continue into next year anyway and beyond, because it's working through all of these things. And as it's going through, we know that there's going to be changes with Shatabisha, with technology and healing, new things coming out, and I think things that are going to come out are going to be absolutely outstanding. And then we're going to go into what would be like, because it's working through Dhanishta. Dhanishta is like construction and building, getting the foundations established. And then it's going to go to Purva Bhadrapada, which is, again, it's going to be much more to do with changes that are all a bit more Jupiterian. So the actual vibes of it, the wisdom, the learning is going to be different again. So that is, again, something to watch out for. So that's Saturn for you. Jupiter is going to be mainly in, because Jupiter changes sign, it goes into Taurus beginning 1st of May 2024. So up till then, it's still in Aries. So it's blessing everyone in the sense that everybody is being supported in a sense by Jupiter. It's also aspecting what would be the 5th house of natural zodiac, which is Leo, Libra, and also what it's doing is aspecting its own sign, which is fantastic for everyone. So we know that the wisdom, people are just having this awakening, because it's the 12th sign of the rules, the 12th sign of the natural zodiac, which is Pisces, and it's so people are having more of an awakening, more of a spiritually kind of connecting to their soul. They're becoming more independent, more sovereign, more listening to their own intuition rather than being guided constantly by nanny states. Do this, do this, do this. So this is quite an amazing time. for all of us, really. And and you can see that the education system is going to be having a little bit of a shake-up as well because of that. And so we can witness that up till May. And I think you can see that because there's a discord between the teachers, you know, like particularly in the UK, because the curriculum is just keeps changing. The needs and the wants, you know, the students are being taught, not really, they're going to school, but they're not being taught the curriculum. They're just doing all these other things that they feel as though they should be preaching to their children. And so parents are standing up and saying, well, no, actually, we bring our kids to school for education. That's all we want you to do. And then we have Rahu Ketu that are going to be in the axis of Pisces and Gemini. Virgo. So it just means that Ketu is going to take out some of the old unwanted medications, medical systems that are no longer, you know, sitting right with the people. There's going to be a massive change actually in the whole healing, social services, the councils, all these systems that are in place, including education, because 6th house is obviously to do with all the systems. So all of those are going to have a shake up, which is fantastic because the whole systems really need a good reset, if you like. And then when I say reset, I say it in a nice way, because we're going to probably more and more people are now going back to, I mean, I can't believe how many of my friends are seeing holistic dentists rather than normal dentists. How many of them actually don't want all those chemicals in their toothpaste that they say is good for your enamels, but actually isn't really good for your pineal gland, etc. And then we have in Pisces, we have Rahu. Rahu is all about changes that are happening on the bigger scale. So people are just obviously spiritually growing, and everybody is going to be feeling a bit more okay with being on their own every now and then, or take themselves for walks, meditate, just be in nature more, be by yourself, allow your mind to just rest so all the answers come to you. And you realize why all the sages were very much to do with just isolate yourself for a time, get away from your devices and just walk, you know, allow your mind to be completely rested, and then like everything feels so much better. And that's what I have been doing actually most of since 2020. I would say I've done more of that, where I'm spending more in the garden. I'm doing things in the community where we're growing things together, sharing, etc. Things that are just you know, just touching soil. You actually are getting the negative ions from earth, and that is really healing because it gets rid of all the positive, you know, basically it's like an antioxidant, isn't it? Just like you know, raising the energy and frequency of your bodies. Well, actually, just even putting your feet on the grass or on sand, stones and things like that, they are very they recharge you, because we're basically electrical beings, so they recharge our batteries. And they say that 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day can literally cause so much positivity in your body that you get rid of quite a lot of inflammation, and really good for the mind, stress, etc. So anyway, so that's, as you can see, that Rahu is definitely going to change things, shake things up, and that is also going to be a shake up in the prison systems, hospitals, and also rest homes for the elderly. And so those are the major focuses of the year. Okay, so we're going to do this now for each of the ascendants. I'm just going to actually look at my share my screen now, because I just find it easier to just be able to do that. Okay, just get rid of some of this. Okay, so we have this is the situation as of today, really. So Jupiter we have in the 1st house. So for Aries ascendant during this time till 1st of May 2024, You're going to be feeling happy, more content, and just more more wisdom, more optimistic, if you like, because it's a planet of optimism, really, and knowledge. And also, you will probably find during this time, because it also rules the 12th house of natural zodiac, that you're a little bit more open to information that could be slightly different to what we've been fed all of our lives. So a bit more, you're looking at things with a little bit of wisdom of Jupiter. And obviously, anywhere that Jupiter touches, even if it's not really a good planet for you, it's still, obviously, it's a very good planet for Aries. It's still going to bless you. So you're feeling blessed and lucky. It's fifth house of, joy and creativity, children and learning and all that kind of more academic studies, things like that. And also love and romance, things like that is also being blessed for you guys. So it's a wonderful time to just enjoy life and connect with your children, with friends, siblings, etc., and just having really joyous time with them. It's also aspecting what would be your seventh house, Libra. So you feel as though you really enjoy being with other people and enjoy their company for sure. And also, what happens then? It's also aspecting Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very blessed till 5th of May, because basically it's Jupiter is aspecting own sign, and that is really not only is it a positive planet, a benefit planet aspecting your ninth house of father, studies, travel, wisdom, knowing, etc. It's also just it's a house of luck, ninth house, so it's blessing that 100%. And also, obviously, with that, blesses all the planets are there as well. So Mercury and Mars are also benefiting from that too. So that's Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to go 1st of May 2024. We'll be going into Taurus. And so what happens is, for you guys, is your 12th house ruler in the second house. So that means that you might start spending money. So just be aware during this time, which will be about a year, really what you're spending. You don't want to be spending, really think about how you spend, because Jupiter is not in good condition in Venus's sign. So you could be like spending money on your family, which is fine. But it could also be that, you go and buy one perfume and then you buy three. You go to buy one lipstick, you get three. You go, like, for example, you go to, you can overeat because Jupiter has its expanse. So it could encourage you to overeat or overindulge, things like that. So just be aware that you still it's nice to have some savings too. But it will be, some of you might actually find that, because it could create some changes to your life, and therefore it would be quite a nice thing to spend money on. It could be that you're spending money on, for example, on something like you want to be healthy, you want to like join the gym, something like that. So that's how you're spending your money. Sixth house thing. So you're taking on courses, you're studying something in that sense. And it's also so that's definitely one thing, but it's also ninth house rule in the second house, so that creates a dana yoga of wealth anyway. So luck is still on your side, and you still will be benefiting from that too. So it blesses you in both ways, in a sense. And Jupiter from Taurus will be also aspecting what would be your eighth house. So any sudden changes, any changes in your environment, etc., will in your life, it's not going to be so difficult, because Jupiter is just going to make you sort of see the positive side, because your eighth house is a fixed sign. So you guys are a bit like, don't really like change. But once Jupiter is there, you'll be okay. You'll just embrace that change, and that is a blessed kind of thing. So you go with it, if you like, rather than trying to push against what universe wants to give you. And then obviously the other thing that it is that it's in the 12th house ruler aspect in the 8th house. So it helps you let go of things that are no longer needed in your life, downsizing, like, just doing away with friendships or relationships, or even like energies that are hoarding stuff around the property, around your home that no longer serve you, that actually make you feel good. So it gives you a Vipris Raj Yoga. So through some difficulties and letting go, etc., emotionally working on yourself, good things will actually come to you. Jupiter will also aspect your 10th house, Capricorn, and what will happen with that is that Jupiter will elevate you, because there'll be a 9th house ruler aspecting your 10th house. So it's a really, really high level Raja Yoga. So in that sense, you will find that you are very you'll be recognized for the hard work that you've been doing. So that could also will mean that there could be some changes in your work situation due to that. So you could get a promotion, or you could start working for yourself, the ones who, would like to do that. So it's quite a positive thing. Then we have Jupiter goes retrograde between 10th of October into the new year. So that also you will have this reflective time during that period. So maybe you will reflect on your relationship with your family, with your father, where all that kind of stuff can be very much the focus for you at that time. And so that's Jupiter for Aries. And now Saturn is going to be 10th house ruler in the 11th house for you. So it could be that you're working or making friends at work as well. That could be what's happening for you. Saturn is going to be aspecting your 1st house, so it makes you more serious, more determined, more hardworking, conscientious, more kind of like tenacious in a sense, and put in effort, because it's 3rd aspect. So more tenacious about things that you want to achieve. From there, Saturn is also aspecting what would be your 5th house. So some people might actually, because also Jupiter is aspecting that as well, some of you would want to start a family. 5th house is being activated whenever these two planets, because it's also, both of them have an effect on your 1st house. So you're serious generally about what you want, and you might want to either start some form of academic work or some kind of something 5th house. Maybe you really seriously want to start dating, and you start manifesting it, because the two planets are actually elevating, giving energy to your 5th house. Definitely children could be one of those things that you are actually thinking about. Or also you want to be really actively putting joy into your life and do more creative stuff. Then Saturn is also from this aspect in your 8th house. Again, it's encouraging you to change your job or do something different as well in your job. It could be that you do 2 jobs, because Rahu is also aspecting that as well, some change. And so there could be some changes for you. And so that's when Saturn aspects the 10th house of your, it's because it rules the natural 10th house. It gives it quite a lot of energy. So that's very, very positive. Now, the things with Saturn is that I always look at when Saturn and Sun are also connecting. So we have Sun Saturn, they conjunct in Aquarius, 13th of February till 14th of March. So during this time, you know that, like Saturn and Sun, 2 very inflexible planets. One is very much ego, the other one is very kind of like hardworking. So just be aware of yourself. You don't have to do everything in a day. You don't have to achieve everything in a day, and just go easy. Be aware of your father as well, because obviously Sun is indicator of father too. And so it could just be that your bosses can get on your nerves, or be demanding, or you are feeling as though somebody at work is making you feel a little bit inferior and things like that. Remember, everything that we feel is what we're projecting that we want in the world. So if you don't want that, you don't project it. Simple as that. It's everything that we have. I've realized that now. I used to really get upset when people use that. We create our own life, and we do. And it's absolutely all the hardship. And boy, have I had to learn everything the hard way in my life. Yeah, we just create our own life, if you like. So we just have to create better with wisdom. So that's that. During that time, just go easy on yourself. You don't need to run everywhere. You can walk, jog. Just be aware of your bones. You don't want to be breaking anything, and you don't want to have any falls, anything like that. Careful with your knees as well, because Saturn rules the natural 10th house of the zodiac, which are all about the knees. Just be cautious with that. Make sure you warm up before you exercise, etc. Take a shower, nice hot shower, take a bath, have a massage if you can afford it. You know, just give yourself all those wonderful things. Epsom salts in the bath. If you don't have a bath, in a foot bowl, put a bowl, put your feet in and put some Epsom salts, and just really give your body what it needs. The more you respect your body, actually, the more universe will give you. And then we have Mars and Saturn between 15th of March. It's amazing, really. So Sun moves out and then Mars moves in with Saturn. It's 15th of March till 23rd of April. So Mars and Saturn together create a really sort of like good first house and 10th house ruler, first house and 11th house ruler together. So Raja Yoga and also Dana Yoga are happening during this time. So it's a really good time to create what you want, because foundationally, when Sun and Mars are together, we work, Mars and Saturn are together, we can really put good, solid foundations down. So this is a really time to rebuild on your future. I actually think this, because of we are still January 2024, it's a really good reflective time on last year. What did I do? What did I achieve? What would I like to build on? And never have any regrets. Whether you said something or did something, doesn't matter. Nobody's going to judge you apart from yourself. There is no such thing. God never judges us. So, but obviously we never want to upset or hurt anyone. That is something that can come back to us, because if we create some form of karma. So just during this time, just put firm foundation to build what you want, because this is what these two can actually manifest very nicely. From there, also Mars is going to be aspecting what would be your 5th house as well. So it's a really nice time. You put energy into your children, your academic work, 5th house of going out and doing things and doing nice things for yourself. Not necessarily, this doesn't have to be necessarily, but it will be with your groups as well, because it's 11th house. So it's a really nice time in that sense, creates good things. And so you have that going on as well during that time. And so the energy will be very much about your group. So you probably might start some hobbies or interests during that time, which will see you right too. And then Saturn goes retrograde in June, end of June, 30th of June till 15th of November. So it's a really reflective time about all the things you want to do for your work, your groups, your interests. If you have had a problem with an elder sibling, things like that can very much be the focus. And then we have Sun and Saturn go into opposition with each other. So they're both strong, both in their own sign. And so, that 5th and 11th house. So it is a very creative time, a very joyous time, as long as we leave the egos at home and always try to be right, because the sun, sun being so strong. So, but again, same things apply to when Sun and Saturn were together. So we just got to look after our skeletal system and not be hard on ourselves, try to be like all things. So just going easy on that, really. And so those are the major things that are happening for you during the year. So it's a really is. Planets are very strong. So Jupiter is really helping you achieve what you want, because of where it is till May and where it goes after May. Very, very strong. Changes definitely, could be status changes, etc. So really good times. And then you have lunar eclipses happening on the 25th of March. What we have a lunar eclipse, and it's happening in Pisces and Virgo axis. So what will happen during that time is very much about endings and ending some things, starting new things, letting go, basically. And and then we have a solar eclipse occurring. Venus will be involved in that as well, so some form of something to do with love and family as well. And that will be 8th of April 2024. And so what you can do during these eclipses, really tap into that. So things that you want to change, if you want to start a new, like I don't know, so it's a good time of the year to join like a running club, if you like, or start swimming, because the weather starts getting better, so you can start getting yourself into shape if that's what you want to do. If you want to do something nice with your partner as well, that could be a really amazing time to start this healthy ways of looking after health and healing. Then we have a lunar eclipse on the 18th of September, and this will be like very much, again, helping you to just detox the things that you want to detox in your life, and detox the mind, detox, from social media, those sort of things that you don't no longer want to deal with. And then it happens again on a solar eclipse, sorry, on the 2nd of October in Virgo, and Mercury will be there too. So it could be something to do with work and again, health and healing. So some form of habits, etc. So for you guys, very much about letting go of things that no longer serve you, becoming more spiritual because Pisces is involved. And then also literally really looking after your health, taking control of your health, and those sort of things that you always wanted to do. You probably can do fasting or detox much easier now than before. So that's for Aries. So now I'm going to go into Taurus. So for Taurus ascendants, let's just do this, go to the next one. Taurus ascendants, for you guys, Saturn is your 9th and 10th house ruler. So it's a very, very important planet for you. And what you can do during this time is know that 9th house ruler is in the 10th house. So you have got this very, very elevated yoga going on, very high degree. It's a Sasha yoga. Mahapurush is a Raja yoga of the highest caliber. So that's nice. So you know that things to do with work, your status will be taken care of during this time, your career, etc. And then from there, Saturn is aspecting your 12th house. You know that your work could be more charitable, more of humanitarian and community-based stuff that you want to do, like helping people in your community, offering your time for free, maybe for some people. And also from there, Saturn is also aspecting your 4th house. So obviously what happens is it's your 9th house ruler aspect in the 4th house. So it's really nice in the sense that you are committed to your mom, your family, you want to look after your parents and home, etc. So it just makes you kind of quite serious about those things, if you like. And Saturn is also aspecting what will be your 7th house. So that's also means that you are kind of committed to, because it's your 9th house ruler in the 7th house. So for some of you, it's a really nice time to tie the knot if you've been seeing somebody. 9th house could be contracts, so it could be a marriage thing going on for some. It's also 9th house ruler aspect in the 7th house, blessing. You really enjoy connecting with other people and being, really enjoying your partner's time with your partner, really. And then you have, obviously, Saturn is going to be with the sun. Sun rules your 4th house. So 9th and 4th house ruler will be connected from 13th of February to 14th of March. During that time, just be aware, obviously, that Saturn and Sun, they both are malefics. They're both in good conditions. Sun is aspecting own sign, and Saturn is obviously in its own sign anyway. But just be careful, you don't overwork yourself, you don't run without warming up, you don't, just look after yourself, basically, because skeletal system, your teeth, etc., are ruled by these two planets, and they're both malefic. So look after your mum during this time. Be careful with your car. But they're in good condition, so it's not as it's a bad thing. But we can just be a bit hard on ourselves, or our bosses can be a little bit hard on us. So just take it easy and know that it's just one of those things, and it will pass. Mars and Saturn will be together between 15th of March and 23rd of April. So both of them will be in your 10th house. Mars, Saturn in the 10th house. Mars also feels kind of exalted in the 10th house. So, and it's sitting there. So it's a really good time to build things at that point. So it's a time when you can build on the future, things to do with your work that you want to do. If you're self-employed, it's a really good time to start planning and lay foundations, firm foundations too, during this period. And you can definitely, create something amazing there. Seventh and ninth house ruler together. So it's in the 10th house. So it can be working with other people, and it could be a nice time, but it obviously makes you work hard. So you got to be aware you've just had the sun there and now you have Mars. So you're working really hard. Just look after yourself. And then we have Saturn going retrograde, 30th of June till 15th of November. So this is a time of reflection about things that you want to put into place with work. If you are kind of you reflect on things that you could do better, maybe, all that kind of stuff during this time. Saturn is always a little bit softer as well in Aquarius, and a little bit softer when it's retrograde. So it's a nice time. You might actually really enjoy working more than usual during that time. Taurus normally don't mind working, they're hard workers. Then we have an opposition between Saturn and Sun for a month from 16th of August. And again, so both planets nice and strong, but obviously they both make you really want to, look after your teeth and your body, basically. Then we have so these are the things that are happening with Saturn for you guys. So nice and strong. So this is a really amazing time going on. And then we have Jupiter. Jupiter for you, not the greatest planet, but I think Jupiter is good in transit wherever it is anyway. So it's 8th house ruler, and 11th house ruler has been in the 12th house. Some of you could have really enjoyed good sleep during this time, and Jupiter will be there till 5th of May 2024. And from there it's aspecting your 4th house, and so makes you just naturally happy, safe, and emotionally much more, just feeling lucky. And then it's also aspecting what would be your 6th house of health as well. So it's 8th house ruler aspecting your 6th house. So some changes in the way you eat or fast or study, or the way you kind of eat, healing, etc., can really benefit although it might be a bit difficult, that habit, it could also really change your health for a really positive way. But also means that you enjoy work, enjoy being service to others too, and definitely not scared of hard work, which Tauruses are not anyway. And then Jupiter is also aspecting your 8th house, which it rules. So it just means that it blesses any changes that you make during that time. Anything that you do to work on yourself and self-improvement is really blessed by Jupiter. And then obviously when it goes into your 1st house, 8th house ruler goes into your 1st house, and 11th house ruler into their 1st house. That means that brings a lot of what you call really humanitarian, lovely community of networks to you, and that could be amazing. It's also obviously a dana yoga of money as well. So through those networks, you're going to just feel as though, you become much more aligned. So actually manifesting money will be much easier for you during that time. And just watch your waist though. Obviously Jupiter can make us eat more sweet things. We could put on weight during that period. So just be aware of that. And normally speaking, because Taurus is a fixed sign, we will find it a little bit difficult to shed that weight. So it's just nice to go into this period because it just naturally makes you happy. You feel wiser, more, you can just literally through your groups, you're going to find that you come up with all these amazing things that just make you happy, and you're much more socially engaged with people. But anyway, you will change. You could change your hair color. You could change, you could exercise and change your body shape, and you really will embrace that change too. From there, Jupiter will be aspecting your fifth house, so it just means that you are 11th house ruler aspecting the fifth house. So that again creates a really wonderful Dana yoga. So it could be that you are some form of educational thing could happen, romance could come in, or you are just feeling much more like you want to be engaging with people, doing more endeavors, maybe start playing the piano, because it's also a sign that, Hasta particularly, just making things, sewing or woodwork or anything like that. You could just do more creative things like that as well. And but they will be practical, just the way Taurus are very practical people. And from there also, Jupiter will be aspecting what would be your that is like Scorpio, which is your 7th house. So that's nice. There could be a change in your status. So if you're single, you could meet people, which is wonderful. There will be more, because also aspecting the 5th house, just you'll be much more open to relationships, etc. And also aspecting your 9th house. So you could meet somebody, date during that time, and actually make it very legal too. So, and contractual, and get married during this period once Jupiter is there. So it can bless you with all of those things. And so that's Jupiter for you. And Rahu also in your 11th house. So again, making you want to connect with loads of people during this next year. And it can also, towards the end of it, can bring some real good luck in terms of money as well. And makes you really enjoy foreign friends, foreign things to do, different types of networks, as well as that will also, Rahu will be aspecting your 7th house. Again, it could bring an unusual partner into your life. It's also got aspecting your 3rd house, so you might want to learn a foreign language or travel a little bit more. And it's also what's happening is you're just going to be wanting to be much more creative with that. Ketu, on the other hand, is in your 5th house. So it could be that your child goes to university or might want to move out the house, get their own property during this time. But definitely you would not want to be doing any form of speculation during this time. Just be careful where you put your assets and money, because Ketu would just take that away from you. So yeah, just be aware of that. And also you could also be finishing an academic education that you had started. Now, the other thing that wanted to say, just checking something whilst this is happening. Oh, that's good. And I'm going to go into what is literally what's happening with lunar eclipses. For you guys, lunar eclipses and the solar eclipses that happen. So I'll give you the dates. 25th of March, we got our first lunar eclipse. As you can see, obviously, they're going to be like in the, for you, 11th and 5th house axis. So there. And so the first one, 25th, lunar eclipse on 25th of March. And then we have Mercury is involved in that as well. So it's very much to do with the children and fun, house of fun, really. Solar eclipse happening with Venus on 8th of April. And so that's going to be like Venus will be with Rahu, which is changes in the love thing, if you like. And then we have another lunar eclipse on the 18th of September. And then solar eclipse in with Mercury will happen on the 2nd of October. So for you guys, this axis is very, very activated. So make sure, you enjoy that. So really it's putting lots of energy into it. So manifest what you want. Be really clear about what you are desiring. So that's it for this year. Have a fabulous, fabulous one. And I wish you all the very best. Thank you so much. Okay, so Gemini now. For you, Gemini, so basically for you, Saturn rules your 8th and 9th house. And so it's an important planet because it rules a trine. And so it's a planet that can bring you changes that could actually be lucky too. Let's get rid of myself. Okay, so basically, what will happen is Saturn is there the whole of, it's nice and strong. You might have had some changes in your work anyway, because whilst it was in Capricorn, but now it's ninth house ruler in the ninth house. From there is aspect in what would be your 11th house. So that's a really nice Dana yoga that it does create. So you feel lucky and really nice groups. Excuse me, just needed to get going then. So your groups can bring some level of luck for you, some gains, that kind of thing. And also because Jupiter and Saturn both have an impact on your 11th house. It's very much about like networks, groups, elder sibling, gains, accolades, qualifications. Both of them really bring a lot of energy into that. And both planets are also aspecting what would be your Leo, which is your 3rd house of creativity, interest, communication, travel, etc. So that just means that you just want to have more connection with your maybe start interests, hobbies, try to connect with your friends more, travel, visiting exhibitions, just being busy really in that sense. So that's really brings really helps you maybe if you want to tackle like a something creative to do with work, foreign languages, playing an instrument and stuff like that. That will be really something you can create during that time, creative moments. And then Saturn is also aspecting what would be your 6th house of work, which means like you'll be working and being on service to others a lot more during this time. It's also can mean that you could start some form of exercise routine, healing routine, yoga, meditation, stuff like that also. So Saturn is going to be conjunct with the Sun from 13th of February to 14th of March. So in your 9th house. So very like 3rd and 9th house, they're both the rulers are strong. Sun is aspect in Leo from there, and Saturn is an own sign anyway. So very, during this month, obviously just means that Sun is not only represents your siblings and friends, but also it's the indicator of father or bosses too. So it could be that the bosses are a little bit, expect more of you during this time. You could expect more of yourself or your friends. Just remember that everything we can create these things in our head. So just be good to yourself. Whenever Sun and Saturn have got any connection with each other, whether it's conjunct or in opposition, which will happen in a bit later in the year, just take your time. You don't have to do everything in one day. You don't want to injure your teeth or your bones in any way, because they both rule those parts of our body. So make sure, when you are running or anything, you warm up before exercising. You warm up, you cool down. Just you take care of yourself. You have like rest when you need it. If you feel as though like you're tired, take yourself to bed. Don't overstretch yourself. When you need relaxation, have a bath, have a shower, go and have a massage. Really take good care of yourself. The more you take care of yourself, the more your universe knows that the more you love yourself, the more you get, in terms of love and quality of people around you. Then we have Mars and Saturn become conjunct in Aquarius in your 9th house again. And obviously Mars for you rules 6th house and it goes into your 9th house. So 6th and 11th house ruler in the 9th house. So this could also mean that you could be doing competitive sports with your friends. You don't want to have discord with your father, something like that. But yeah, because it could whatever it is, you'd be able to nicely look after it during this time because 6th and 8th house ruler are in conjunction with each other. And also Mars and Saturn make us work really hard. So you will be more tenacious, of course, hardworking, which you are anyway, but it will be, you want to take your time and just take time out every now and then. But it really creates very good foundations for everything you want to put intentions out to do. Sun and Saturn, they are really make us work hard, but it's not always bad. So, and then and this is where you're going to put your energy into basically. So Mars wants you to be of service to your father, to be doing more with your energy into your groups and things because this is natural 11th house of the zodiac. So that is also happening. So just be aware, and also in your studies, higher education, that could also get a boost whilst Mars is there. Mars comes out on 23rd of April, and then Saturn goes retrograde on the 30th of June till 15th of November. So reflection time, I think Saturn when it's retrograde is a little bit softer as well, so that's quite nice. So it just means it's a really good time to catch up with your family, parents, dad, your education if you need to do any form of revision, travel even, that kind of thing. And then we have Sun and Saturn opposition, which occurs for a month from 16th of August. So this is a really good time to just be aware, till middle of September that, take it easy. Same things apply as to when Sun and Saturn were in conjunction. Both planets nice and strong though, so nice and creative and learning, lots of that going on. So that's Saturn for you. And Jupiter for you obviously rules what will be your 7th and 10th house. So it's a very, very important planet for you. And it's has been creating this amazing 9th house ruler in the 10th house. So it's a really high quality Raja Yoga. So really getting the respect of your colleagues at work, being recognized for the amount of good work that you're putting in. And it kind of expands your profile at work as well. And from there, Jupiter will be there still till 1st of May 2024. From there, it's aspecting Leo, which for you is 3rd house. So again, the same as Saturn, aspecting that. So you're learning a lot, doing workshops, traveling, being really busy. And also it's aspecting what would be Libra, which is your 5th house of fun, children, sort of academic studies also. So that kind of just feeling really enjoyment, really romantic, that kind of thing. And also aspecting what would be for you your 7th house. So it could be that some of you either meet somebody during this time still and become like a couple, and or it could just be that you're feeling more romantic with your partner, which is all. We should always do that anyway. We should always bring, we should never be in competition with our partner, but also have each other's back. So your 7th house of other people is being really looked after by Jupiter because it's own sign. So that's really nice. You just enjoy being with other people, and any planet that is in your 7th house at any point is being also looked after by Jupiter. So that's a really nice thing Jupiter is doing. Jupiter will be there till 1st of May, and then he goes into Taurus. When he goes into Taurus, will be your 10th house rule in the 12th house. So you could be working behind the scenes. You could take on a more humanitarian or charitable position, or you could also be finishing a job or working abroad also for that year that's there. From there, Jupiter will be aspecting what would be your the 4th house, so making you happy, feeling safe, etc. And then also aspecting what would be for you your 6th house of hard work and healing, and etc. And also will be aspecting your 8th house of changes. So changes will be much easier for you during this time. I can see that you will change your home environment. Maybe you'll move into a new home. that at that point. And also it could just be the sixth house reflects the fact that you'll be doing some changes there also. So that's for Jupiter, and Rahu is also echoing some of those what Jupiter does as well. So Rahu is aspecting your second house, so it could be that for you. It's also ninth house ruler, which is in the 10th house as well. So it just creates a nice Raja Yoga on itself. But it's also aspecting second house from Pisces, which means that the hard work that you're putting in is bringing good money. From there, also Rahu is aspecting what would be your sixth house of health and healing, new ways of healing yourself, new ways of exercising, and being service to others too. So that's Rahu for you. So Rahu is just really kind of elevating your profile at work, maybe doing 2 jobs, that kind of stuff. And Ketu in the meanwhile is in your 4th house. So it could be that you're changing your home, changing your car, doing some different things to it. Maybe if you're not moving, that's, you know, letting go of something, of an old property or home that you were in during that time. The nodes will be in that position for the whole year. And then the solar eclipses for you will occur in your 4th and 10th house. So the dates are, first lunar eclipse is 25th of March and includes Mercury. So it's all about home and yourself, some changes in yourself, things to do with work, things that you want at home and make you happy, or you'll help with your status. Solar eclipse on the 8th of April. And that's including Venus as well. So a bit more romantic, doing some creative work, maybe on your new home. And then we have a lunar eclipse on the 18th of September. And again, you know, focusing on that 4th and 10th house. And then solar eclipse in Virgo, which will be like 2nd of October, includes Mercury too. So it's all about that access for you guys. So enjoy, and now I'm going to go on to the next ascendant. Let's go to Cancer. For Cancer, we have, for you guys, we have Saturn, which is 7th and 8th house ruler. It's in the 8th house. So changes, some of the people who are in a relationship, they could move in together, they could get married. There could also be a divorce for some, or separation for some. 8th house also gives you longevity. So it could just be that you're working on your health and that's actually transpiring to do that. You're becoming more conscientious of your in-laws too, and self-help and doing things that are really serve you and your evolvement. Saturn from there is obviously it's there for the whole year. And it's aspecting what would be for you your 10th house. So it just means that some changes to your work, and maybe higher status, more respect at work, etc. And both of them are having Saturn and Jupiter. Whenever they have an impact on a house, it really elevates that house. So yeah, so Jupiter is helping that as well with your work. So, and Saturn is also aspecting your 2nd house, and so it's like some changes in your money, maybe getting more money, maybe you are really quite firm about your values, choices, very committed to your family as well. And also it can make you kind of really watch what you eat too. Saturn is, you know, makes us really committed. As is Jupiter. Jupiter is also, so there could be some changes. Some of you could actually be during this time really get with, you know, saving money. Maybe you want to get married. Maybe you much more want to be of, you know, looking after your family or be of service to them. Definitely more serious about your relationships. Saturn is also aspecting what would be your 5th house as well. So, you know, you also want to during this time be, if you have children, really commit to them and spend, you know, time necessary to that they deserve. Also, you could be just, you know, quite serious about having a child. So best of luck with that. It's amazing. So that's Saturn. Saturn is also going to have, these are the conjunctions that I think is still worth being aware of, because those are the focuses really for you. But basically you want to make sure that when Sun and Saturn are in conjunction between 13th of February, excuse me, to 14th of March, just be aware that during this time, just be easy on yourself, because they're both malefic and they both make you rule teeth and skeletal system. So just be really aware not to push yourself, work too hard, etc. And take a rest. You know, if you exercising, stretch, take a bath, have a massage, take it easy, etc. And then Mars comes in after the 14th. On the 15th of March, Mars then joins Saturn there. So Mars for you is a great planet because it rules 5th and 9th house. So 5th and 10th house, and it goes into your 8th house. So it's what it brings also is 5th house ruler is with the 7th house ruler, so nice Raja Yoga. And during this time, it's a really good time to build foundations for whatever you want to achieve, whether it's at work, with children, your academic studies, etc., or even romance in your life. But gives you a really good foundation. You put really good effort into it. However, just be aware you don't want to be working too hard during this time, because Mars and Saturn just makes you really work hard, and you kind of forget the time, and you could be eating out of sync with your body. So just be aware. But it's pretty good because it's they're both good planets for you. And then we have Saturn going retrograde between 30th of June and 15th of November. And so this is much more reflective time on your relationships, etc., and others. But also it's a more gentle Saturn, so you can enjoy life a little bit more. Saturn actually in Aquarius is a lot more gentle than Capricorn anyway. But yeah, so just enjoy that kind of Saturn being not so harsh, if you like. Then we have an opposition between Sun and Saturn on 16th of August for a month. So the same things apply as we said before. So it's your 2nd and 8th house ruler together, aspecting each other. So there could be some sudden changes in your money situation, in your family, that kind of thing. But just be aware and look after your body during this time. And then obviously Jupiter is for you 6th and 9th house. So not the Jupiter kind of breaks some of the good yogas because of the 6th house involvement. However, I think Jupiter in transit is always nice anyway, because it's a benefic. So it's been sitting in your 10th house. So you've been working hard, because it's also 6th house ruler in the 10th house. So not only working hard, but looking after maybe people's subordinates and having their back during that time. But you've enjoyed that too, because Jupiter is in friendly sign, so it's good. From there, Jupiter is also aspecting your 2nd house. So you are able to deal with your debts, any discord, family issues, health issues, etc., and enjoying it. So maybe a family member needed some money and you've been able to help them during that time. And also it's aspecting what would be your 4th house. It makes you happy doing home repairs, etc. If your mum has been poorly, you'd be able to help them. If your car has broken down or needs repair, then you've been able to assist that. And also obviously, because Jupiter rules the 6th house and actually aspecting it, anything that you do with health, healing, and exercise, eating well, Ayurveda, yoga, anything like that, working hard, is just going to be pleasurable for you. Then we have Rahu and Ketu for you. So Rahu is in your 9th house. So you could have changed some of your belief systems at this time, maybe starting some form of education, higher education, some traveling abroad. And that's really the things that are focusing there. And also really kind of wanting to put a new twist on your relationship with your dad and family, your parents. That's Rahu. So this is really the focus of Rahu there. And Rahu is also is eighth house ruler in the ninth house, so definitely changing belief systems is there. And from there is also aspect in your fifth house, so it could be sudden pregnancy for some, suddenly meeting somebody, suddenly feeling romantic when you're around someone, and that kind of thing can happen. And also Rahu is aspecting yourself, so it could be some changes that you do to yourself, and maybe you want to change how you look, that kind of thing, and you suddenly maybe start wearing like 70s clothing or 80s clothing, that kind of change. Ketu, on the other hand, is in your third house, so it just could mean that you're not really as communicative during this time. Maybe you'll do less of short sort of like trips into London, for example, or that kind of things, more long haul stuff really. And maybe just like put some of your not really engaging so much with some of the hobbies that you used to have, maybe that kind of thing, but doing more maybe things to do with the hands, because this is the third house. Maybe you want to make things more, particularly when it gets into Hasta and Nakshatra. And then we have sort of lunar eclipses and solar eclipses that are happening this year will be in your ninth and third house. So basically a lot of focus on what you want to bring about in those houses, which are house of learning too, publishing, travel, siblings, friends, etc. So very much the focus. So and we have a lunar eclipse on 25th of March. And then with Mercury, solar eclipse will be on the 8th of April with Venus. And then we have a lunar eclipse on the 18th of September. And the last solar eclipse of the year will occur in Virgo, including Mercury, on the 2nd of October. So this is the year, the focus for you very much on the third and also the ninth house. So that's what's happening for you guys. Pretty good. Enjoy, and should see you soon. Thank you. Hello. So I'm going to continue now. So Leo ascendant. Okay. So, apologies for that. Just trying to get myself off. Okay. So Leo ascendants. Hello. So Leo has Saturn, which is their sixth and seventh house ruler. So I'm going to go through what's happening, what the focuses of the year. So Saturn, obviously, I'm going to look at Saturn, Jupiter, and also the nodes for you. So you have sixth house ruler Saturn in the seventh house for the remainder of the year. And well, when I say that, for all of this year, and it will be beyond as well. So it means that you are working hard at your relationship. Sometimes there could be some discord in the relationships, but also it could be that you're working really hard too, because seventh house is 10th houses from 10th house. So very, very tenacious at work. Saturn also has got directional strength for you. So it's a very focused, it can give really good results there for you. But obviously, it could also be that do it so you're more service to others and your partner rather than creating so that's how you got to use it. You got to use it like in that clever way of actually getting more out of it. And it will be easy to do that because Saturn it's not in Capricorn, it's in Aquarius. So it's it's milder, if you like, it's more softer than it is when it is in Capricorn. From there, Saturn is also aspecting what would be your ninth house. So you are literally, being of service to your father, and also you are working hard at your education, higher education, stuff like that too. And it could also be that this is, although it brings a Raja Yoga, is not of the best quality, just because Saturn is, although it rules an angle, but it rules sixth house. So, but generally put in a lot of effort into your education, higher education, etc., and your parents. Then obviously it just means that both Saturn and Jupiter having an aspect on a house, influencing it, which it is for you. They're both kind of by aspect and by conjunction aspect in your ninth house. So it's very much like about your belief system. So you could actually really be questioning your belief system, which I can tell you it's not such a bad thing. So you will find that there will be you'd really get the information that you need in order to really make your own mind up, rather than always thinking that I should be thinking this way because. So questioning things, not a bad thing. They both also having an aspect on your ascendant too. So there could be some things that you change about yourself, the way you exercise, the way you eat, and maybe, education, wisdom, all of those things. So there's a lot of things that are, within you, which are evolving, if you like. You are really having a metamorphosis, during this period. And becoming more serious and also more committed, also. But also ninth house is house of luck too. So even though things may appear to be difficult, they will really bring about that luck that you deserve. And also Saturn from there is aspecting what would be your fourth house. So it could just be that basically you're doing some repairs on your car, your home, you're being of service to your mum, and you're working under your emotions as well. So just being like true to your heart and actually asking for what you deserve too, in your relationships, rather than, so when we actually don't speak the truth or we're not authentic in a relationship, we find out, our needs and our wants get overlooked. So you really maybe work on those things too. So that's Saturn. Saturn was also going to be conjunct with the Sun, which is your first house ruler, in between 13th of February and 14th of March. Now, it just means that both of them are strong, both of them in their own house also. But it could also be just be aware of they're both malefic and they both make us really work hard, and we can be a little bit rigid during that time. So make sure if you're going running or something, exercising, warm up really well, because they both rule your skeletal system, your bones, your teeth. You don't want to have any injuries. And just when you're tired, take time out, sleep and rest, take a bath, take a shower, go for a massage. Just take that time out. So just in order to make the most of this. This will happen again later in the year. 16th of August, for a month, when Sun is in your own sign, for in your first house. The same thing applies then. So just be aware. They're both strong. It's not a bad thing, but it's just obviously you just want to make sure that I've said that to everyone. It's very important that we are aware of Sun Saturn and also Sun Mars, which will follow straight after that. So 14th of March, Sun moves out of Aquarius, and then Mars moves in on the 15th of March till 23rd of April. Now, this will be a little bit easier because what will happen is Mars and Saturn are not friendly, but Mars does well in Saturn signs because there is a bit of structure there. And what will happen is Mars rules your fourth and your ninth house. So it's a very strong planet. When it goes into your seventh house, what will happen is that there's like constructive change to your relationships, to your work, your parents, etc., things like that. And it makes you work really, really hard. So, but just be aware that Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't overdo it. But that's what you want to do. You want to put energy into other people, into your relationships, etc. So, but yeah, it's a really good time to lay really firm foundations during that time. And then we have Saturn going retrograde on the 30th of June till 15th of 11th. So time to reflect on your relationship, on your work, how you look after yourself, etc., and self-healing. And but also Saturn is at that point is also a little bit softer too, because it's retrograde. So it's nice for all of us really. And then we have, as I said, Saturn and Sun will be in opposition for a month, 16th of August for a month. So just be aware of those. But also they're both very strong. Now Jupiter for you, great planet, 5th and 8th house ruler. So it is in your 8th house. So that just Jupiter will be there till 1st of May. And it has probably given you some good fruits already. But basically, Jupiter from there is 5th house ruler in the 9th house. So it's a really good Raja and Dana yoga. Sorry, Raja yoga. And so what will happen is it's creating a Raja and Dana yoga because it's aspect in your 1st house, so blessing you. So all the things that you feel as though, oh my God, Saturn, is doing that, but Jupiter is blessing you. And intelligence and fun, wisdom, joy, flirtiness, being more sociable. And it's also aspecting your 3rd house of friends, hobbies, travel, learning, etc. And just really enjoying that with your siblings as well, having fun with them. And also 5th house of children, partying, going to the cinema, theatre, really being joyous. And because it's own sign as well, so that's a lovely thing. That's really blessing Sag during that time. Jupiter is also going to be there till, as I said, 1st of May. After that, it moves into Taurus. From there, it's going to aspect. So it'd be 5th house or aspect in your 2nd house, great for money. And also just means that if you have met somebody, you have created a little family for yourself. But it's good for money, savings, good food, spending good time with family, etc. And then from there is also going to be aspecting what would be your 4th house of happiness and security, family, mum, food, etc. And then it's also aspecting from there what would be your 6th house of health and healing, etc. So any discords or anything like that, Jupiter will really look after you in that manner. Jupiter will be going retrograde from the 10th of October right into the new year anyway. So, and then we have Rahu and Ketu. So Ketu is in your 2nd house and Rahu is in your 8th house. So lots of changes for you, lots of letting go of kind of choices that no longer serve you with your with Ketu in your 2nd house. So it could be that you are not eating as much, you find it a lot easier to fast and do intermittent fasting, etc. And also what it will happen is you're not really become a lot more spiritual during this time, not that fussed about money, because Rahu is also, 8th house is house of spirituality and it's a natural 12th house of the zodiac. But for you, lots of changes will come and during this year. So just embrace change. And for you, it will not be so difficult change because it is your 8th house is dual sign. So you're not so bad with that either. So it could be some changes in your relationship status. So some of you who want to separate from somebody, you can do that with ease. If you want to kind of become married, you could do that too. So all is good in that manner. So again, obviously the Rahu Ketu will create the lunar eclipses and solar eclipses in that axis. So all about 2nd and 8th house. So it's all about choices and letting go, change, and just be okay with looking after that kind of thing. So we have 25th of March, the first lunar eclipse. It will include Mercury also. And then we have solar eclipse on the 8th of April with Venus. And lunar eclipse again on the 18th of 9th September. And with Mercury, they will create a solar eclipse in Virgo, which is on the 2nd of October. So this is all about these changes that you want to bring about during that time. All the very best. So I always embrace change. I think it's a really good thing generally for everyone to just be open to that. That's how we change our lives. Okay, the next ascendant now, we're going to go to Virgo. So for Virgo, we have Saturn rules 5th and 6th house. Not a great planet, but not so great, because obviously anything to do with 5th house could have. So they are very good at teaching, actually. They get great teachers, great social workers, great, very, very wise, if you like, gives lots of intelligence. So for you guys, Saturn is fifth and sixth house ruler, is in the sixth house. So it's all about health and healing, exercise, working hard, being of service to others, being aware of what you eat, how you exercise, etc. And so this is also very good for work, because sixth house is house of work. So that hard work that you do brings about some joy because it's also fifth house ruler. So that's worthy of knowing. And so from there, Saturn is one thing I would say, if you're married, have children, or if you're a teacher or something like that, it's very important not to micromanage your children, you know, because this could lead to like really expecting a high amount of things about your children, and children could not be very academic and they miss out on what would be like an artistic life going forward, and you don't want to upset anybody's karmas, so just be aware of that. That could also be with children too if you're a teacher. So just knowing that it's okay to be a child and just not be completely alert 8 hours a day sitting in a chair. So just, you know, it's a not a natural life to just be in a classroom for hours on end when you're a child and just be still and listen to information. Some kids just can't handle that. So, and just being aware. And I think Saturn in Aquarius is a lot softer anyway, so that can probably provide that a lot easier. And also means that you will enjoy your work a lot more this year, because Saturn also in Aquarius is a lot softer than it is when it is in Capricorn. From there is also aspecting the eighth house. So some changes at work, some changes to the way you eat and stuff like that is being blessed. Saturn is also aspecting your 12th house. So this is also means that sixth house ruler aspect in the 12th house. So you're much more become spiritual and work hard at that really. And working behind the scenes could be an effect of this. But you know, just be aware of your sleep, so you don't get yourself so tired. Have time to just like decompress before you go to bed. But certainly this brings the hard work that you do will be recognized, because it brings about a Viprit Raja Yoga. All that hard work and everything that you've put in, you can also, you know, gain from it. But certainly will for you will let go of some things that are no longer in alignment with you, because you're becoming more spiritual. And from there is also aspect in your third house. So you probably will not spend so much time doing lots of things with lots of people, but be very selective about people you spend your time with, much more committed. Jupiter and Saturn are both having an impact on what would be your eighth house. So embrace change, because it will bring goodies, you know, that creates opportunities when Saturn and Jupiter are both having an impact on that. So that's lovely. Also from there, we have Jupiter is also, Jupiter and Saturn are also aspecting your 12th house as well. So both of them are blessing that letting go and changes that you want to bring into your life, endings and new beginnings. So that's Saturn. And then Saturn has got Sun will be conjunct in it between 13th of February and 14th of March. So you really high status, you'll be recognized at work for sure. And but what I would say is also Sun, Saturn, they're both malefics and they both rule bones and teeth. So be very aware of how you do things, exercise, competitive sports, and if you're running, make sure you warm up and cool down. If you're tired, take yourself to bed, relax, have a bath, have a shower, have a massage if you can afford one, walk in nature. Just, you know, giving yourself time to decompress definitely during that time. And then Mars and Saturn will be in conjunct with each other from 15th of March till 23rd of April. This is good because in a sense, it's a really good time to put down new foundations for yourself and build what you want at work or the changes you want to make plans for them. It gives you really concrete, because you work hard but you at work, but you really achieve a lot more during this time. And then Saturn goes retrograde 30th of June till 15th of November. So it's a lot softer in that case. So you'll probably enjoy work a lot more because you're much more aware of your needs too during that period. And then the same thing applies again between 16th of August for a month while Sun is in Leo. But, you know, it does create that Viparit Raja Yoga. But just be aware of yourself, you know, take it easy, take your walks, be aware of your skeletal and teeth, and just rest when you need to. It could also be that you go on holiday too, you know, during that time. So that's Saturn. Then we have Jupiter, which is in Aries and will be there till 1st of May. So this for you, 5th and 8th house ruler in the 9th house. That's lovely, as I said. And then because both Rahu and Jupiter are having an impact on your 4th house, so you could either change your home or you could also buy a property abroad. That could very much be the theme during that period. Sorry, Rahu is not really. Rahu is what it's doing is aspecting the 3rd house. So you could be thinking about moving, you know, thinking or planning about a move, but definitely Jupiter aspecting that you could gain a home. You just certainly feel a lot happier anyway during this time. So Rahu in your 7th house means that basically you are wanting to connect with other people and make new friends, learn a new language. When it's aspecting your 3rd house, there's a desire to move house because, you know, it's like 3rd house is 12 houses from the 4th. But definitely foreign friends, unusual hobbies, foreign languages, things like that, foreign travel could be very much the thing that you want to do. And from there, it's also aspecting your 11th house. So new friends, foreign friends, unusual friends, maybe groups that do things that you've never done before will be the theme for you. So very much doing things with your partner, maybe traveling with your partner, new partners coming in for you, different to who you were attracted to before. And K2 is, so you're more into being in a relationship than, you know, working on yourself during this period whilst they are in this axis. And what happens is, so basically, both Rahu and Ketu are inviting you to look at this axis with a lot more seriousness, if you like. So because all the eclipses will occur in this axis. So it's very much about like lunar eclipse that occurs on 25th of March will be like with Mercury involved. So changes in your work, in yourself. And excuse me a second. Okay, apologies for that. I'm kind of traveling, so it's difficult to do anything, but I'm just going to go back and just finish off. So, okay, yeah. So as I was saying, like I'm going to give you the dates again. So for lunar eclipse, we have the first one, 25th of March. So Mercury will be involved in that. Then we have solar eclipse on the 8th of April with Venus. So that's an important planet for you. So make sure you put your intentions into play during that period. Be very clear as well. So definitely love, work are the focus of this lunar and solar eclipse. And then lunar eclipse again on 18th of September. And we finally last solar eclipse of the year in Virgo, which will be all about like 2nd of October. Mercury in there is about work and self, really. So anyway, that's it. Have a great year and all the very best. Thank you.